Good morning, everyone. Today is our weekly webinar, and today we'll be looking at our new HikSeek function in our HikCentral 3.0.1. But before we start, let's have a look at a couple of other things that is to note. First up, of course, we've got our new WhatsApp channel, so please scan this QR code that you can get the latest marketing and sales promotion and any event that we have through our WhatsApp channel. So please scan the QR code so you can have access to all our latest, greatest information for Hik-Vision South Africa. Next up, of course, is our e-learning platform. Currently, there is some instructor-led courses being done in Durban, later on this month as well in Johannesburg. So please jump onto our e-learning portal where you can actually register for these programs and then get skilled up on our latest products. We also have launched our latest practical training, whereas our hands-on training in our classrooms where you get taught how to cable even the cameras as well as your access control. So please join us in these sessions and please register on the website. Next up, of course, our new call center number. So please check here, the number has changed, as well as the WhatsApp number. So if you've got any questions regarding technical support, please get hold of us on these numbers from Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. Now, of course, you can't come right with the call center. You can get the Hik Partner Pro app, which will give you access to all of our other tech info. So please scan the QR and download the app, create an account. All of that is free, and you can have all the latest, greatest functions with our Hik Partner Pro. On the Hik Partner Pro, we have launched a new chatbot. With this chatbot, of course, you can then ask questions to the chatbot, like how to reset a password, how to unbind, or anything like that. And it will give you answers or videos or even the documentation on how to complete these functions. Okay, so that's under the tech zone, as you see on the left there. Next up, of course, is the password reset. So if you have a problem with the camera where you've lost the password, you can now with Hik Partner Pro do your password reset as well. And all the functions will be on the app. Okay, just follow the steps and it'll take you like 10 minutes and you have your password resetted. Of course, we also have added now the unbind feature. So this feature is if your device is linked to a different Hik Connect account. This happens when an employee leaves maybe and was linked to his phone and now you need access to it again. You can unbind it via the Hik Connect or Hik Partner portal as well, where you need a couple of information and it will delink it from the previous account and you can add it to your new account. So these functions are all new that's added to Hik Partner Pro. On the Hik Partner Pro, under the events section, we also have the links to our Hik-Leagues, which is one of these that I'm doing now. So you can actually get in the dates and also register to these events. It will then remind you that there's an event starting and you can join our live Zoom meetings with myself or Evan doing the session where we'll run through our latest products and then also give a bit of training on this. So please check the events there and you can register for these events as well as our roadshows. So let's start with the HikSeek and HikCentral. So let's look in the background of the event. So in the past with HikCentral, we had traditional types of searches where we had to actually search for events or location search and so forth, which was sometimes a bit cumbersome. It would take a lot of effort to find any videos, anything like that. So with the new HikSeek functionality, we have a lot more options now available. Firstly, on the upgraded side, we have now the behavior analysis side where you can do fall down detection, absence detection, even using a phone detection via our PA service. Now, there's a lot more of these alarms coming through that are being custom generated or custom created by our clients. So if you've got any ideas on new alarms, please share the videos and what you'd like to have on these alarms, and we can actually send it to HQ and see if it's possible to create these types of alarms. Okay. Then, of course, with the HikSeek technology, we've got the new feature 9 where we can search for human, vehicle, or even object or an event. So this makes our searching criteria a lot faster and a lot quicker. Okay, so that is the new feature. We have all these new things. Okay, so in the past, pain points were it was hard to find targets, it was a large amount of data, and it was inconvenient for our operators to find anything. It was painful. Okay, so now with the new HikSeek, we can do via text. Also, some technology we had actually a couple of years ago was called Smart Search. So this is the way we can go into your playback functionality, draw an intrusion block around the event and say, I want to see footage of a person entering this block. And that way you could find it easier. Okay, with this function, we also have something called AccuSearch, where you can actually press the AccuSearch button inside HikCentral, and it will target vehicles or persons alone. And you could find that person throughout all your cameras on your HikCentral. But of course, that was also quite time consuming. That's why we've added the new AccuSeek function where you can type in what you're looking for. I actually had a show this morning in the Experience Center where I actually typed in, I'm looking for a guy with an orange watch. And it found it myself in the control room with the orange watch on. So you can start typing in for anything you would like to look for, and it actually boils down to the target a lot faster than in the past. Okay, so let's have a look at the product and solution. So like I said, AccuSeek on version 3.0.1 is now available. We did have version 3.0 earlier this year. 3.0.1 launched about a month ago. So if you need to upgrade to this latest version, you can download the version of our website. Please make sure that your support license is up to date before you're doing the upgrade. And as well, do a proper backup of your system of the normal backup feature, and as well then do your PG data file if you want to back that up as well, just in case something goes wrong. If you need assistance, please get hold of us on the call center or through our dealers, and we can assist you to upgrade to the latest 3.0.1. So as you can see now, we've got the search functionalities down here, searching seamlessly, and also multi-language. Unfortunately, we do not support Afrikaans as yet, but you can do a lot of searches a lot faster. Okay, so with AccuSeek, if you have all of our other functions included, like parking lot, access control, video security, facial and body, visitor management, and entrance and exit, you can combine all these technologies into AccuSeek to find targets a lot quicker. You can see as well, we do support third-party cameras where any camera now can be pulled in and used as AccuSeek data to find any events in your HikCentral. Now, of course, you can see with the searches, like I said, multi-language search, we even do picture search. So say, for instance, you've got a person's picture, you can upload the picture, so I'm looking for this person, and it will find that person quickly. Maybe a person is running, looking for a person running, and it could do that as well. So all these functions can be pulled into HikCentral, and you can find targets a lot quicker than in the past. So you can see now again here, multiple languages searches, precise time searches. We can do clothing, behavior, person, attributes, belongings. What about a person with a handbag, a person with a red bag, person with the orange watch? So you can do all these types of searches. On the vehicle side, we can do brand. You can search for white Tesla or BMW, garbage truck, and it will find it because it knows what those things are. Okay, so it will make our search a lot faster for our control rooms. Let me jump to the next one. So here is a quick video showing how this works. I was going to see if I can get it to play. As usual, let me just kill that. There we go. Check this video out.
HikCentral Professional HCP with AccuSeek is now online. With AccuSeek, the HCP software integrates with various hardware devices across different scenarios to deliver comprehensive search capabilities. Users can access platform-wide information on persons and vehicles. Search quickly and accurately using text, image, or attribute-based methods. It supports over 30 languages for search queries and enables filtering by specific time and location for precise results. HCP logically connects records from different scenarios within designated areas and authorized data sources, enabling person and vehicle-centric searches that make information flow more intelligent and retrieval more efficient. Let's see how HCP with AccuSeek performs global search through a real story. John can't remember where he left his birthday cake, so he goes to security for help. The security guard uses the HCP platform to look up John's employee information and review the locations he visited today, along with related footage. They discover John left his cake in the staff canteen, where it was accidentally taken by some wearing a white shirt and black pants. The security guard continues searching for person in white shirt, black pants, carrying cake. They find the person with the cake got into a blue Jeep. Since the license plate isn't visible, they check the day's entrance records and parking logs to locate where the blue Jeep appeared. After finding similar vehicles, they review related footage for confirmation. They identify the vehicle and its associated owner information. It turns out visitor David accidentally took. Next, they discover that David ultimately went to the laboratory by linked ANPR cameras, parking systems, and access control devices. Now let's go find David. The security guard approaches David for a conversation. It was all a misunderstanding. David accidentally took someone else's cake. This demonstrates that HCP with AccuSeek delivers powerful search capabilities. From persons and vehicles to the smallest items, HCP coordinates with hardware devices to find them instantly. No more manual footage review, just dramatically faster, smarter searches. Come experience it for yourself.
So as you can see now with AccuSeek, a lot of searches can be done and a lot quicker than in the past. No more going through a lot of data or history. It's just type in what you're looking for and it will find it immediately. Okay, so where you want to use AccuSeek? So basically everywhere, factory, shopping malls, business parks, supermarkets, anything is possible. When we had a search the other day where we looked for a police person and it found all the cops in the view. Luckily, our van was standing at an event where there's cops walking past, but it could identify what a cop should look like, a police officer. And they can see the police officer with the badge and the hat on and everything. So a lot easier to find anything you're looking for. Okay, so with AccuSeek, we can do person characteristics like clothing attributes, age, hairstyle, gender. Anything is possible now with AccuSeek. And it understands even what a Rasta is. Like when I typed the other day, I'm looking for a Rasta, it picked up everybody with dreadlocks. So really, really powerful engine now inside of HikCentral. Now with vehicles as well, like I said, we can do plate characteristics, we can do type, color, brand. We used to do brand already from like 3 years ago, but now you can search for BMW, white BMW, and we'll find it a lot easier. And if you have parking lot installed or entrance and exit, you can determine then a lot more information on this vehicle that you're searching for. So for this to be able to work, you would need a AccuSeek NVR, or we call it the IV Pro NVR series. So if you have this IV Pro series NVR, you would need the AccuSense cameras for this function to be able to work inside HikCentral. Now, if you have third-party cameras or older cameras that doesn't support AccuSense, you would need, of course, the Fusion Server Ultra or the DeepInMind Pro NVR. And you can then do all 32 channels on this, and you don't need then it to be AccuSense cameras. Okay, so please be in mind you would need the IV Pro Series NVR or the Fusion Server or DeepInMind NVR. Okay, the AI box is not AccuSeek, it's for perimeter protection. Just one of the questions I had earlier this week, so I just want to reiterate that for this session. So of course, next up, you'll see now the AccuSeek NVR. There it is with our AccuSense cameras, and we can start doing all these wonderful searches. Here's a quick another video showing the power of AccuSeek. You can see there we can do person searching, hairstyle searching, vehicle searching, non-motor vehicle searches, or just type in the time you're looking for it, the location specifying the camera maybe. And now I can type in anything that I need. Person carrying a handbag with a white top. And there it finds the persons. Now you can select a person that's quite similar to what you're looking for, and it will find that person everywhere else on all your channels. Now, of course, also have a percentage match to see how close it is to that person. So this will make our lives a lot easier in our control rooms finding anything that is required. Okay, of course, next up, we've also launched a new P-Store version 2. In the past, we had P-Store version 1, which was a bit limited. So if you don't know P-Store, P-Store is our app that is used for storing pictures or videos onto your local drive or NAS drive. So this is if you don't want to use our hybrid SAN, you can use pStore version or pStore. So version 1 had a limitation of like 340 channels or 200 terabytes, which is quite limited if you think about it. Now with pStore version 2, we can do 400 channels and 400 terabytes. But we also added a new pStore cluster version, which can do 4,000 channels and 4,000 terabyte. So that is if you really want to expand to a lot more space and a lot more, date range on your storage. Okay, so it's a lot easier than in the past. So you can see now there, we can have then all our cameras on the left through our pStore installations, and we can do up to 10 nodes in cluster mode to store our pictures or videos on there, which is quite a lot of data you can store. And look, you can see the next one here as well, 10 nodes on the left-hand side and can be viewed into HikCentral 3.0.1. 4,000 channels, 4,000 terabytes. There's a lot of data to store. Now, one thing about the pStore version 2 that we've launched, we've got a couple of new features that we added, a couple of new advantages. So in the past, you had a problem with the NVR, say for instance, it got damaged or stolen, then you would have lost all your storage. Now with pStore, you can do your videos and pics and will be stored on local hard drive or virtual machine. But we also have the load balancing and hot standby if something goes wrong. We also have the new functionality. We can do third-party devices that you can then stream in all the cameras, other vendors into pStore and save it onto those third-party hybrid SANs and so forth. Also, the other problem we had was with the older versions that if you want to upgrade your storage, you had to interrupt the whole recording to actually expand in storage. With this new feature, version 2, you can just add more storage nodes and then dynamically expand your storage on there. Okay, so it makes things a lot easier now with pStore version 2. Next up, we'll look at our options and tools available. So with HikSeek licensing, of course, in the past it was called facial and body recognition license. Now this has been dropped away. We have now something called HikSeek module and then a channel 1 license. So if you want the HikSeek functionality inside HikCentral, you would need to buy the HikSeek module and it will come included with 4 channels already added. And as you need more licenses, you just need to add the 1 channel. Now, unfortunately, if you just want to do face capture, you still would need to buy the HikSeek module. You cannot use face capture without the HikSeek module. Okay, so that's one unfortunate thing. We are in discussion with HQ to change this around so it's still separate or separate the module from the HikSeek. Soon, hopefully, be updated by next year. Okay, so with our server selection, we have now many servers available. We have a SMB server from 1 to 128 channels, which is actually a desktop server. We also have a rack mountable from 64 to 3,000 channels. We also have then the PBG server, which is 1,000 channels up to 10,000 channels, which is also rack mountable. And then also now we have the new cluster module, which can do up to 10,000 plus channels, but is a master server, hot standby server, slave server, and database server. So these 3 servers are separated from each other to have better redundancy as well. Okay, so these are all available currently. These are the product codes for them in the market. Now on the HikSeek site, like I said, you would need an IV Pro Series NVR to be able to do HikSeek. Now you can see at the bottom here, the first couple of servers that's out is a DS76, okay, not IDS. It has HikSeek version 1 and can do 64 channels, but you need to have the HikSense camera. Then one up is the new DeepInMind, which is IDS series from 67 to 96. It has HikSeek version 2 on it, and max channels is 32 with HikSeek and no HikSense required. Okay, so that's the one actually you really want in case you don't have that HikSense camera. We also have then the Fusion server, which is a bit more expensive. You can see there up to 128, the other one's 256 channels. Also 32 channels HikSeek, but it's got real-time smart alarming as well as on-site AI model fine-tuning, which means it will then start learning, instantly train and optimize alarms, getting more accurate alarms on your sites. The DeepInMind NVR also has fine-tuning, but unfortunately this is manual fine-tuning. Okay, so these are the required products for AccuSeek, the IV Pro, the new DeepInMind without AccuSense, and then the Fusion server. So that is it for today's session. Please join us next time for our next session, and I believe it's next week. Thank you so much.